Finally, we've got fall weather here in Homedale, New Jersey. It's football weather, and we're underway on the campus of St. John Vianney in a B North matchup between the SJV Lancers and the Howell Rebels. I'm Dylan Burns. Alongside me, John Rickard, and the offenses are already on the field and getting set to get to work. Connor Acker and the Rebels here on first down, operating from their own 20-yard line. Acker on first, gives it up to Tim O'Rourke, who's immediately hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain. John, these are two teams tonight that are familiar with each other. Both coaching staffs know each other all too well, and in the same breath, they both play conflicting styles of football. So we have an exciting one here on our hands tonight. Yeah, we talked to Coach Hill. He had a lot of those guys from St. John's Vianney on his staff. He was actually an assistant coach here 4 years ago, so a lot of familiar faces here today. It's second and long, and Connor Acker is in the gun. Tim O'Rourke, the lone back, with him. Acker takes the snap, looking, throwing towards the St. John Vianney sideline. That pass falls incomplete. It was intended for number one, Josh Krutyansky, and that'll set up third and long for the Rebels. Good coverage there by Zach. Number 23, Zach Silverman, had good coverage there. And Coach talked about it. They're going to throw the ball around here a lot tonight. They're going to try to keep him honest with the run, but their offensive game plan is run. He's not happy with them scoring 14 points a game. He has to up it. He has to score points here today to beat St. John's Vianney. And that task of putting points on the board proving to be difficult here in a third and long situation. The Rebels again here on their first drive, 11-10 in the first quarter. Acker moves O'Rourke to his right. Acker's dropping back. Now rolling, looking for anyone. He finds O'Rourke, who makes a one-handed grab. Tim O'Rourke looking for blockers, dragging Lancers with him. O'Rourke is near the first down marker, pending the spot by the referee. That's a huge gain for O'Rourke nonetheless. 8 yards on the play, 4th out of 2. And it looks like they're going to mark Tim O'Rourke just shy of the first down marker. So a good gain there on third down. We'll see what Howell elects to do, John. And when I talked to Coach Hill last night, Tim is only a sophomore here. You could see that effort there. That was a great effort there. There was not much there. He dragged a couple defenders with him right there. And it looks like some personnel changes going on. We'll see what formation they line up in after that trio of substitutions. John, you tell me, as a former head coach yourself, is it too early to be aggressive this deep in your own territory, or when you're trying to keep the ball rolling? Again, Howell on a 2-game win streak, struggling to put points on the board. Is this an opportunity to go for it? Yeah, when it's 6 inches, I think you got to go for it here. Send the message to your team, we believe in you. And Acker is back out there and under center. The 4th down play from the Rebels. He takes the snap and gives it to Tim O'Rourke. O'Rourke is met at the offensive line. And O'Rourke's still on his feet, but the referee blows the play dead. And the ref signals first down for Howell, so the decision to be aggressive on 4th and short proves to be the right decision, and Howell picks up their first down of the ballgame. And you could see by these last 2 plays, O'Rourke, you're going to need a couple guys to get to the football to bring him down. He's a defensive lineman, running back. That tells you all you need to know. And when we were told that this young man is just a sophomore, my first question is, is he held back? Because he's built like a grown man out there. There's not too many 15-year-olds that look like Tim O'Rourke walking around. Definitely put together. 9:15 remaining in the first. Acker throwing towards his own sideline. That pass falls incomplete, intended for Jackson Ben. And DJ Carter, number 7, on the coverage there. We talked to Coach Penta before the game. He said we're going to have to cover tonight. He knows that they're going to throw the football. So far, 2 passes. They've done a very good job covering the receivers for Howell. And the game plan is clear on the Howell side. They're trying to do their best to establish the run here early with Tim O'Rourke. And methodically, so far at least in this first drive, the decision to air it out. But both shots that they've taken so far outside of the screen pass to the flat and Tim O'Rourke, Bill Hill taking shots downfield, testing this Lancer defense. Acker right back to work on second down. Takes the snap, dropping back, looking left, throwing left, just out of the reach of his intended receiver. That's number 4, Aiden Lambais. And that'll set up another 3rd and long for the Rebels.
Yeah, something that Coach Hill and Howell wants to stay out of. This is 2nd, 3rd, and 10. You know, they had a lot of success on the screen. You know, Tim O'Rourke dragged a lot of players there, but you don't want to live in 3rd and 10 too long, Dill.
And so every throw so far has been to the outside, John. I'm wondering if they're trying to stretch the defense and take a shot up the middle. I'm curious to see how they go about this 3rd down play. Acker takes the snap, looking, throwing towards the left sideline, over the shoulder. That pass hits the turf. Josh Krutyansky, again, the intended target from Connor Acker, and that pass falls incomplete.
And I'll tell you what, that was a good ball, too. It was over the outside shoulder. Only one person was going to catch that ball. It was Josh. A little overthrown right now, so brings up our first punt here for Howell.
So Howell set to kick it away. Deep to receive is Adam Ers for the Lancers. Hanging out over there on the 35-yard line. The Rebels boot it. And Adam Ers receives the fair catch on the Lancers' 39-yard line, and that's where Zach Labarca and this Lancers offense will take the field for the first time this evening.
When I talked to Coach Hill, he said he coached against Zach Labarca's granddad, coached with his dad, so we talked about common knowledge and friendships and respect goes all through both of these programs with Coach Hill and Coach Penta.
And so contrary to Howell's approach of airing it out, John, we're going to see more of a ground and pound offense here from the Lancers. And their leading rusher, Danny Breen, on first down, number 26, Corley Thomas gets the first touch of the ball game.
Yeah.
Got ahead of myself there. I was ready to go all into how Danny Breen is their leading rusher. And a bowling ball of a human being in the backfield there.
Yeah, these defenders better bring it when they come to make these tackles against these running backs here tonight.
Throwing on second down, Labarca's got a man in the flat. That pass is caught by Adam Ers, and Adam Ers gets pushed out of bounds just beyond the first down marker, right at about midfield. So Adam Ers catches and carries it forward, and the Lancers move the chains.
And you could see Zach Labarca's skill set right there. Catch the ball, get rid of it quick, on a rope, a little short, like an extended run play there.
And SJV going with a hard count. They get the jump that they were looking for, so the Lancers in the hurry-up execute to perfection, and they gain a free 5 yards. That'll set up 1st and 5. Ball on the Rebel 45. So the Lancers already in enemy territory here on first down. The give is to Thomas, looking for room to run. He's hit by a multitude of Rebels over on the left side there.
And number 1, Josh, is their guy. And I'll tell you what, that was a great team defense over there, because you're not bringing this guy down one-on-one here. You got to get 5, 6 hats to the ball.
Corley Thomas, a 5'11", 220 junior running back. He also plays linebacker as Zach Labarca keeps it himself and carries it forward. That's a huge gain on second down. Labarca picks up the first down himself, and again, the Lancers move the chains. This offense is rolling here in the early goings of the first quarter.
And we talked about Zach Labarca, what he brings to the table. He's an athletic quarterback. He runs the ball. He throws the ball. He's a coach's son, so he has all the attributes you want in a quarterback.
Labarca throwing on first down, and he connects with his man on the far side. It's Noah Fitzpatrick.
And one thing you notice here, A lot of different guys touching the football right now, spreading it around here. Little up-tempo here.
His trips right for the Lancers. Thomas in the backfield with LaBarca. LaBarca takes the snap. Looking right towards the end zone. He's got a man. It's Braden De La Vega. And that pass is incomplete. Good job there.
Caden Parker, great defense over there. Little hand fighting. No penalty right there. And knocked it down. They went after it there. Nice ball, too. That was a catchable ball from LaBarca.
Excellent job there again. On the coverage by Caden Parker is right. Some familiar names here, John. This Howell football team, a lot of them are also on the basketball squad. So myself, as LaBarca throws it out to the flat, he's got Adam Ers on a catch and carry forward for a gain of about 6 on the play. Familiar faces there on the Howell defense side.
And you could see what St. John's Vianney's going to stay with that there. They got 2-on-2 over there. They're going to take 5-6 yards. It's almost like an extended run play.
It's 3rd down and about 2 to go. LaBarca alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking for room to run. Goes right now, bounces it back up middle. LaBarca still on his feet, and he's finally wrapped up and brought down inside the 10-yard line. Good carry there. Again, John showing off his dual capabilities there. Zach LaBarca pushes the ball forward for the Lancers, and now they're knocking on the door for the first score of this game.
Doesn't matter what level you're coaching at, when the quarterback can run the football, that you always have an advantage on offense.
LaBarca with Thomas with him. Thomas takes the carry left towards the pylon, and he's brought down short of the goal line. A good job there, making an ankle tackle on the far side, trying to get a number.
Number 2, could it be? Chris LaForge?
Nonetheless, 2nd and short for the Lancers. LaBarca tucking it himself, and LaBarca breaks the plane. Touchdown, SJV. With 6:07 remaining in the first quarter, Zach LaBarca and this St. John Vianney Lancer offense marches down the field, mixing it up, airing it out, grounding and pounding, and the Lancers strike first.
Great balance there, like you said. Run, pass, quarterback run. Running back, you're throwing your quick screen outside. So nice balance attack by St. John's. Going to be tough for Howell all night.
Justin Campesi on for the extra point. And that kick is no good. So again, with 6:07 remaining here in the first quarter, SJV jumps out to a 6-0 lead on their home field on senior night. Let's take a look at Zach LaBarca capping this scoring drive.
And when you take a look at it, you know, Howell really can't get to a goal line defense right there. They'll, because they've been throwing the ball, and then, like I said, when your quarterback is also a running back and runs like him, you have an advantage on the defense, just the number-wise. And LaBarca does know how to get into the end zone. He's done it all year for them.
So Zach LaBarca, 11 touchdowns on the season, finds number 12 in the early goings of this one in a Bede North matchup.
And Dill, we talked to Coach Penta about, you know, after the loss to Red Bank Catholic, how do you have to come back and bounce out? That first drive serves them very good for tonight.
And that's an angry return
by the Rebels.
by Howell. Ray Pirelli fielding the kick of the 20 and carrying it forward for about 10 before he was finally popped. And that's where Connor Acker and this Rebels offense will come back out onto the field for their second drive of the evening.
Well, he spotted the 35-yard line.
And we're talking about the emotions of the game. And last week, you know, they lose to their rival, Red Bank Catholic, 24-14. How are we going to practice? How are we going to get into this game? Coach Penta said, we had a great week of practice. We think that game's behind us. By that first drive, looks like it is behind them.
His quote was the best Tuesday that we've had all season. And so the quick turnaround and just the mental toughness of a high school football team to be able to do that is huge for SJV. And on first down, Howell airing it out. It's Josh Krutyansky. So Howell picks up a first down on first down. And Connor Acker airing it out. The Rebels right back to their bread and butter.
Nice little short pass. Let him run with the football. You know, they were in two third and 10s before. You want to stay out of that. Got to stay ahead of the chains, get a first down near midfield right now. You know, you need to, I'm not saying you need to score right here. You got to get a couple first downs and keep this Lancer offense off the field right now.
So Acker back to work. He's in the gun with Tim O'Rourke in the backfield with him. Acker making an adjustment ahead of this play. Josh Krutyansky in motion. Now Acker looking left. It bounces off the shoulder pad of Jackson Ben. That was a nearly disastrous play for the Howell Rebels. Lucky for them, it bounced to the turf. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Howell.
And when it bounces like that, you don't want it to go up in the air. St. John's almost had an interception right there. But let's give Connor Ackerman a lot of credit there. He's putting that ball on him right there. That was a bullet, you know, bounced right off his chest there. Almost to an interception, but we're looking at two quarterbacks that can throw the football here tonight.
Absolutely. That's a strong arm for a young man who is in the early stages of a football career. The ball comes out of Connor Acker's hands with ease. As Acker takes it and gives it to O'Rourke on 2nd down. O'Rourke just barely getting back to the line of scrimmage before met by a gang of Lancers.
Number 3, Zachariah there, first man for the Lancers, so they're getting people to the football. Now they're in a 3rd and 10. Again, you want to stay out of it. They've had some success. Let's see what the coach dials up here.
It's been interesting. I mean, what worked for them in the first 3rd and long situation, John, was a screen pass, getting the ball out to an athlete in Krutyansky and allowing him to go to work, or O'Rourke rather. Then the next chance they had on a 3rd and long, they tried to air it out, and it didn't work out for them. So I'm curious to see what the decision is here from Coach Bill Hill Sr. Acker in the gun on 3rd and long. Krutyansky, the motion man. Acker pump fakes, now takes a shot downfield on his sideline. And that pass is well out of bounds, but a flag is down. Intended for Jackson Ben. So Howell airing it out again on 3rd and long, taking a deep shot, John. They're not shy to try to push the ball downfield.
Yeah, I think they got DJ Carter there for a little too much. Called him holding. He was using the sideline as his friend seemed to be pushing him out a little bit. Referee over there thought a little too much. But a big break there for Howell now. First down on, call it the 43-yard line right now. So nice little drive they're putting together here.
So the Howell Rebels catch a break and their drive continues. Approaching the 4-minute mark in the first quarter. Connor Acker and Tim O'Rourke in the backfield for Howell. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Krutyansky in motion. Acker takes the snap, hands it off to O'Rourke. O'Rourke looking for room to run. Seemingly got brought down, and he's still on his feet. Tim O'Rourke carrying all 21 other guys on the field with him, and he carries it forward for a gain of about 15. Tim O'Rourke.
Very similar to that screen pass we saw. There's going to be a lot of people that have to take him down. I think St. John's had 11 on him right there. Good leg drive. We could see the way he's built, especially down below. Has extremely strong lower body, and then the offensive line got behind him over there. So very impressive drive here. Nice answer for Howell after that St. John's Vianney touchdown.
Right back to work, the Rebels on offense. And, John, I think you're underselling it when you say it's going to take more than one person to bring down Tim O'Rourke. It might take this entire St. John Vianney community to bring this kid down.
Took 11 on that last play.
And we've got movement up front for Howell. Over there on the far side, the big man, number 70. That's Donovan Stale. So the Howell Rebels on first after the huge gain by Tim O'Rourke, move in the wrong direction.
And you know that upsets the coaching staff. You know he's upset right there. We got momentum. You know, that's a self-inflicted penalty that you just can't have, you know, when you're fighting your way back into this game right here. You got a nice drive going. But listen, everybody's excited down there, and you know, everybody's a little jumpy right now. They're feeling it.
1st and 15 for the Rebels. Number 21, Connor Halverson in the backfield with Connor Acker. Acker taking the snap, looking over the middle. He's got his man.
Number 15, Connor Acker.
That's number 5, Ray Pirelli. Pickup of about 2 on the play, so it'll set up 2nd and long for Howell. And John, just going back to the the false start penalty. High school football, you and I both have experience coaching at this level. Sometimes it's about who makes the least amount of mistakes in a game. There's, you know, it's not like Patrick Mahomes is out here or anything like that, or any of these guys. We're not playing for millions of dollars. You know, they were pretty even across the board.
Yeah.
Sometimes playing a clean brand of football puts you in the best position to be successful.
100.
As Connor Acker is running for his life on 2nd down. Great blitz call by the St. John Vianney sideline. They execute their play on defense to perfection, setting up another 3rd and long for Howell.
And 44 for St. John, Danny Breen. He had the coverage on the last play. Coverage over there on the screen pass, so defensive guy that's going to be all over the field here tonight. You said, are they trying to loosen him up to go over the middle? Danny Breen's holding that middle down right now. Last 2 plays, great coverage.
Howell in the huddle, cooking up this 3rd down and 13 yards to go. Acker is in the gun with Halverson with him. Acker dropping back, taking a shot deep towards the end zone. That pass is just out of the reach of number 1, Josh Krutyansky.
Great coverage again, John. DJ Carter was there. You know, they're going for that little pump fake. St. John's is ready for that. They're not kind of biting up on that pump fake. You know, that was a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. You know, sometimes as a coach you say, let's try to get 7 or 8. Let's get in a good 4th down. You're kind of in no man's land right now. You're on the 30, so you really can't punt. Coach Hill went for it right there. St. John's Vianney, you could see their coaching staff and their defensive staff. It says, we're not going to get beat on these deep ones today. Let's let them catch it, tackle them in front of us.
And the Howell Rebels here on 4th down will try to get to the 17-yard line to pick up a first.
We knew it.
Acker on 4th down, airing it out over the middle, fully extending to make that grab is Josh Krutyansky, but it falls incomplete, so it'll be a turnover on downs. SJV gets a much-needed stop as Howell and their drive comes to an end.
Almost made a great catch there, John. Hit him in the hands, couldn't hold on. A big stop for St. John's right now. And now Howell has to jump over the defense and has to get a stop here right now. You know, Coach Hill talked about their scoring troubles right now, averaging 14, 13 and a half points a game. You know, you're down 6-0 right in here, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Let's let our defense get us off the field.
And even though it's early, this is a big drive here in the ball game. The give is to Danny Breen on 1st down. And Breen picks up a pair of yards before finally getting brought down to the turf.
Number 5, Ray Perullo, and Coach talked about him, outside linebacker here. And both of these teams have very physical running backs. When you get there, you better be physical, and Ray sure was for Howell right there.
And so we're going to replay 1st down after the penalty. The Lancers go 10 yards in the opposite direction.
You talked about who makes less mistakes right here, so Howell has to capitalize right now. We'll see how St. John's plays this. It's a 1st and 20 right now, so kind of takes you out. You don't have to get it all.
So after the holding call, the The Lancers facing a 1st and 20 situation with their backs against the wall. LaBarca throwing left. He connects with Noah Fitzpatrick, and Fitzpatrick picks up about 5 yards on the play. So Noah Fitzpatrick, for the second time here this evening, catches it and carries it forward for a decent gain. That'll bring up 2nd and about 15 for the Lancers.
5 yards is always good. The problem is when it's 1st and 20, you got to get a little more here. So St. John's is chipping away, didn't go well for once.
Right back to work. It's Noah Fitzpatrick on the sweep. Trying to take the sideline correction, that's Adam Ers. Adam Ers catches it. That's technically a pass. And St. John Vianney nearing that first down marker. What was 1st and 20 turns into 3rd and 2. So this offense is rolling here. And they throw it out to the flat. Again, that's Adam Ers on the catch. Adam Ers flying up the sideline, picks up a huge gain on 3rd down. More laundry down on the field on the far side at the 40-yard line, so we'll wait for the call.
St. John's Vianney isn't moving, so seems most likely a hold out there on one of the receivers.
As we wait for the call for the official, the Lancers seemingly gaining every yard of penalty yards. All the yards that they lost, they gained them back. If I could speak English is what I'm trying to communicate. And so SJV again moves in the wrong direction. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
And you could just see the problems that Coach Penta's offense at St. John's causes you. They spread the field. Everybody gets it. You can't cheat. You can't kind of send an extra man over. He's been in a lot of formations. Makes you defend the whole field.
On 3rd and long, LaBarca drops back. Now running for his life, Zachary LaBarca heads to the SJV sideline. Not before he gains about 6 yards on the play. So that'll bring up 4th down and 4 on the play. The punting unit heading out to the field for SJV.
That's a win for Howell defense right there. Get them off, and you're probably going to get pretty good field position. Got 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Adam Ers on to kick it away for the Lancers. Deep to receive is number 6, Caden Parker. Ers kicks it to Parker, who fields it at the 35. So the fair catch is caught at the 35, and that's where Connor Acker and the Howell Rebels will come back out onto the field, looking to put points on the board here in the closing seconds of the first quarter.
And we talked about Howell's troubles on offense right here. They've moved the ball that last drive right here. Actually, a very good punt from St. John's. So they're going to start at the 35, which is average field position right now. And they're going to have to get some first downs here. It doesn't seem like St. John's Vianney is going to give up too many 70, 80-yard touchdowns today. And it doesn't seem like Howell's offense is capable of that right now in doing that.
What's been working for Howell is these quick slants over the middle. I'm curious to see if they'll go back to some of these routes. And on 1st down and 10, Connor Acker gives it to O'Rourke. O'Rourke falling forward. He gains a yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Howell.
Number 11, Isaiah Shade over there. And we talked about these are physical runners. I know it's only a 2-yard gain right now, but keep the defense off it. Keep the defense honest right now. You still have to stay inside. I know you're in the quads and spread right now, but got to commit to that run in the middle, and that'll loosen up everything on the outside.
And Howell does a good job of mixing it in, as we just saw there on 1st down. Tim O'Rourke getting the carry. Now Acker right back to the passing game, looking for his man Josh Krutyansky. That pass falls incomplete. As the first quarter comes to a close, the score, St. John Vianney 6, Howell nothing.
Komatsu Machinery supports New Jersey high school athletics. Power through any terrain with Komatsu Machinery. Built for performance, durability, and unmatched reliability. whether you're hauling in the harshest mines or navigating tough construction sites. Komatsu Advanced Engineering and Fuel-Efficient Technology keep your operation moving. Contact Komatsu's Monmouth and Ocean County rep, Dominic Vecchiarelli, 908-337-8975. And a little note here, Dylan. Dominic Vecchiarelli, St. John's Vianney, class of 1992 graduate.
There you go. Shout out to Dominic Vecchiarelli, giving back to the community that helped him in his high school years. So shout out to Komatsu Machinery.
And Dill, we can tell when we were here with the new athletic director we met. It's senior night for all the sports right here. The PA announcer, the fans, the concession stand, everybody here. Very pleasant high school atmosphere, the way it should be. It's a Friday night here, football weather. This community is supporting this Lancer team right now.
Getting out of the second period. How does that shit? Third down and 8.
3rd and 8 for the Rebels here at the top of the second quarter. Acker looking left, throwing left. That pass again intended for Josh Kretyansky. And it falls incomplete. That'll set up 4th down for Howell. And I think it's fair to say we can expect the punting unit here for the Rebels on their own side of the field.
You know, you're not going to make a living on these 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 10s. They're tough situations for these offenses right now.
And SJV has to burn a timeout near the SJV sideline.
That's some personnel problems over there.
That was number 21, Lucas Farah, hustling off the field. The miscommunication there with the special teams unit. So St. John Vianney tries to collect themselves and get set for the punt. Now this is an opportunity for Howell to talk it over. John, these are two teams trending in the opposite direction. Howell, winners of 2 in a row. SJV trying to stop the bleeding. Does Howell get aggressive here and try any trickery?
Swept Howell in volleyball.
I think you just came off a good defensive effort right now. Let's punt the ball. You don't want to give St. John's Vianney a short field right now. And the only reason I'm saying that is because of their offensive production this year and their points. You know, you get down 14-0, first half, you put your offense in a tough spot.
O'Rourke kicks a low line drive back to Adam Ers, and Adam Ers is out across the 50, looking for more, trying to hurdle defenders. And we've got a flag down. But for the time being, Chris LaForge brings down Adam Ers. And the Lancers are on the Rebels' 45-yard line. We'll see what the flag is in a moment here.
Well, Coach Penter and the staff are walking back here. Seems like a block in the back or a hold on the punt return. And I just looked at Coach Penta, and he just put his head down and shook his head because you just can't have these penalties. Block in the back it was?
Yes.
Okay, block in the back. Yeah. Just unfortunate because, that's going to be a 45-yard penalty right now from where it happened. They're going to start now on the 20-yard line when it looked like they were going to start around the midfield.
So Zach LaBarca and Corley Thomas back out on the field for the Lancers. Corley Thomas coming into tonight, 305 yards on the season, getting 6.2 yards per carry, looking for more. Thomas running left, lowering his helmet. He carries it forward for a gain of 4 on first down.
4 yards, good play. Once again, Coach Penta, you gotta have that run. You know what I mean? You can't be all pass. You got to keep them honest with the run. They run a little up tempo too, so you could see a little substitution change late by Howell.
Right back to Thomas on second down, trying to spin away from defenders. Corley Thomas is finally wrapped up and brought down. It's Josh Kretyansky. on the tackle. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 yards to go for the Lancers. Operating deep within their own territory.
1 yard gain on the play.
And Howell's front four is doing a nice job there against the run there. Got Aiden Mendez, Timmy O'Rourke, Ivan Padilla. Those guys are getting after it up front.
We'll see what the Lancers do on 3rd down. They give it right back to Corley Thomas. Thomas carries it forward for a short gain. That'll bring up 4th down and 2 to go for the Lancers.
2nd down and 2 yard gain on the play.
And Dylan, I'm going to tell you what, Dylan O'Rourke is some high school football player here as a sophomore. He's running around. Tim O'Rourke, he is running around here. Made that tackle there. You know, and a crucial down right there, and they're going to get off the field again on defense.
Caden Parker standing at the 40-yard line, back to receive the punt for the Rebels. Adam Ers kicks it away for SJV. Parker staying away from that punt, turning out to be a tough decision there as that takes a pro-Lancer bounce and rolls all the way down to the Rebels' 16-yard line, I'll say.
You can see the coach going over to him saying, we got to at least fair catch that there. Talk about another 25, 30 yards you just gave up there, and when yards are tough to get against the St. John's Vianney defense, you don't want to give them any yards.
And Caden Parker is an outstanding athlete. He's a basketball player turned football player. And so Howell doing everything they can to get the best athletes in the school out on the football field. It's always one of the funniest things to see walking in the hallways through a high school. The recruiting process never ends when you're a high school football coach. As Acker airs it down on 1st down, and that pass is caught and intercepted by DJ Carter. DJ Carter over to the right pylon. It's a pick 6. SJV.
What a play by Carter there. Jumped that route over there, and when he got that ball, he knew what to do with it. He was getting into the end zone.
Connor Acker looking for Jackson Ben on a slant, and DJ Carter jumps the route and takes it to the house. SJV goes up 2 scores.
On a production by number 29, Justin Capizzi. Only number 13, T-back, Tyler.
That was a big-time play by DJ over there. That was a big-time play.
Justin Campisi on for the extra point. Campisi can't connect. It's the 2nd extra point that Campisi has missed here early in the ball game. Regardless, St. John Vianney goes up 2 scores with 9:38 remaining in the 1st half as we take a second look at that touchdown there by DJ Carter.
And we talked about they're going to throw a quick slant there. He just cuts the route. He undercuts the route right there. What a great job. And that doesn't just happen here tonight, Dylan. That happens in film, and it happens watching what their routes are. And they played a little loose. They didn't want to get beat deep before. And then all of a sudden you get a chance. They're on a 20-yard line. Boom, I'm going to go after it. And when he caught that ball, he turned into an offensive player very fast.
Outstanding defensive play by DJ Carter, intercepting Connor Acker. Looking again for Jackson Ben. That's Acker's 5th interception on the season. And the 4 that came before that all happened in one game. So it hasn't been a problem all year, but it rears its ugly head again here in a costly spot as the Rebels field the kick. That's Connor Halverson carrying it forward for a small gain. Howell right back to work, John. But they are back in their own territory with their heels against the end zone, essentially.
And you talk about momentum in any sport right now. You could see there's a little more giddy up in the St. John's Vianney sideline right now after that turnover. And that defense is going right back out there. Now you got a quarterback that just threw a pick 6. What do you do now? You know, how do you treat this right now? It'll be interesting what Coach Hill does.
And I'm curious to see if Coach Hill gets conservative here, but just keeping it on the SJV side, there are a few plays in sports that light up a sideline like a pick 6. So SJV, with all the momentum in the world right now, it's Howell's offense back to work. O'Rourke gets the give on first down and carries it forward for a short gain.
Seems like this is a good time for a little Tim O'Rourke. Let's get a first down right now. Let's keep it on the ground. Let's play safe here. Let's get our feet under us again, and let's kind of settle down and get back to our offense.
Connor Acker, just a sophomore, John. Coach Hill on the Howell side talked about how important it is to maintain and continue to instill confidence in his young quarterback who's shown a ton of promise. So something to keep an eye on here in this first drive out of a costly turnover. On 2nd and 8, Howell operating from their own 20. Acker dropping back, looking, throwing. He connects with his man who's wrapped up and brought down just shy of the 25-yard line. That's number 5, Ray Pirelli.
Nice safe pass, too. I like that. We're not running a slant right now. We just run a little hitch. Just get a little hitch. Let's put it on them. Let's catch the ball. Let's give ourselves a chance on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
And again, Coach Hill just trying to keep things simple for his young quarterback. You spoke about it earlier, turning 2nd and long or 3rd and long into 3rd or 4th and manageable, and that's what they're facing here. It's a 3rd down and 3 situation for Acker and the Rebels. Dropping back on 3rd down. Now Acker tucking it and running, sliding just beyond the first down marker. So for the time being, Connor Acker has a first down, but there is a flag down.
Rebel first down.
Or not. No flag on the play.
Good first down. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished for Howell. First down. Move the chains. 7:45 here to go in the first half, and a new set of downs.
I think I saw the kicker for SJV, number 49, Justin Campesi, warming up out of the corner of my eye there. They're wearing yellow pants, is swinging his leg. I literally thought I saw a flag out of the corner of my eye, so that is my mistake.
You think Coach Penta told him to go work on his kicks over there after the 2 missed extra points? Saying, come on, we're going to need you here.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't have to tell him, but he was visibly upset with himself after that second mixed extra point there, Justin Campesi. So competitive spirit, competitive nature here on full display.
And when we watched him in pregame, he was kicking them from 35, 40 yards, so it doesn't seem an issue, but sometimes you get the yips. You miss that first one, you get out there, you start overthinking it. So he'll be okay because he had a big leg in pregame here tonight.
It's 2nd and 13 for Howell. Tim O'Rourke in the backfield with Connor Acker. Acker dropping back, getting rid of it. That pass is off the hands of Josh Krutyansky. Krutyansky, the second leading receiver for this Howell Rebels offense, can't haul it in, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for Howell.
That was just a case of starting to run before you tuck the ball away over there. And once again, tough to look at the play sheet and come up with these 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 12s, 3rds and call this a long 13, 14 yards. You know, and when St. John's Vianney gets a chance to play off a little bit with their secondary and then get an extra blitzer in there, not going to be a lot of time either. So let's see how Coach Hill plays this with Howell.
Connor Acker running for his life earlier in the ball game in a 3rd and long situation. We'll see how SJV plays it this time. And throwing over the middle is Acker. He connects with Ray Pirelli. So they gain back some of the penalty yards, or all of the penalty yards rather, and then some. So a 3rd and long turns into a 4th and medium, but we'll see what the decision is here from Coach Hill.
Yeah, no decision here. We're going to punt the ball, try to play defense.
Howell's defense is holding up their end of the bargain with consecutive stops. It's the offense for Howell that continues to struggle as Adam Ers fields it and carries it forward along the sideline, not before being pushed out of bounds in front of the Howell bench. He's knocked out right around the 35-yard line, setting up SJV in favorable field position. So the momentum staying on the Lancers' side here, rolling into this next possession.
And when we talked to Coach Hill, he was very happy with his defense in all of these games. They lost 21-0. They gave up a punt return, and another special teams, I think he said, or set it up over there. You see it tonight. Okay, you've given up one touchdown in the first half of a high school football game. You had a pick six. Now you have another punt return that brings it back inside your 35-yard line. Tough to play defense there. He loves this defensive front seven. Let's see if they can stand up here and make another stand.
At the bottom of your screen, Noah Fitzpatrick, the lone receiver. It's Zach LaBarca handing it off to Thomas. Thomas heading to the left, looking for room to run. He's wrapped up and brought down. That's number 9, Christopher Cerulli on the tackle.
Good play by Cerulli. St. John's Vianney went to a little double wing over there, almost like an unbalanced. So great job by the defense getting there and getting them down, and gain of 2. So looked like there was a little more to that. So gain of 2. Good play by Howell's defense.
Midway through the second quarter, SJV driving. LaBarca takes the snap, keeping it himself. LaBarca looking for room to run. And he gets hit and dropped by number 23 for Howell. That's Lucas Grandetti.
Great play by Lucas over there. Tough to bring down LaBarca, especially in the open field, one-on-one. A lot of moves, a lot of jukes in him over there. Gets him on the ground. And let's talk about it. Great job by the defense right here. You got him in the third and call it 6. Long 6 right here. Big stop. You'd have to think this is 2-down territory for St. John's, but defense has showed up here again.
The third down play for Zach LaBarca and SJV. They fake the handoff. LaBarca keeps it himself and carries it forward. Again, he's brought down by number 9, Christopher Cerulli. But Zach LaBarca keeping it himself. He moves the chains for the Lancers. They pick up an important third down here as they drive, knocking on the door of the red zone.
Nice play by Coach Penter and the offensive staff there. A little bootleg, gets the first down. And I'm very familiar with Coach Penta. I worked at Long Branch with Danny George for a while. He was the offensive coordinator there for many years, went to Ocean for 1 year before he got the head job. So he's an offensive guy that makes you defend everything.
LaBarca looking for Urs. That pass is picked off in the end zone, and Howell's defense comes up with another huge stop.
They'll take possession.
Great play. That number 6.
It's Caden Parker.
Great play.
Playing lockdown coverage on the far corner of the end zone. Let's take a second look.
We're going to take a look at that. And St. John, first down. They're going after it right now on the 22-yard line. Little fade, a lot of space.
LaBarca was comfortable in that pocket, set his feet and aired it out, just kind of underthrew it.
Yeah, and to the under. I'm not sure about underthrew it. Threw it too far to the inside right there, and defensive guy was in a great position. Coach Hill has to be excited about his defense once again. They got the ball back for him. They're keeping him in the game here, Dylan.
So Connor Acker will get another crack at it. And I've got to correct myself, John, after we get the play in here. Acker scrambling now, nobody getting open downfield. Acker headed towards the sideline, stiff-arming a man. That's Manuel Rodriguez chasing Connor Acker out of bounds. I misspoke earlier. I said Connor Acker, a sophomore. He is a junior. Not that it makes all the difference in the world, but I'm not going to be out here spreading misinformation. That's what I will not be doing on the Garden State Athletic Network.
Tim is the sophomore, so Coach did talk about how young he is.
Yes.
When you get your quarterback and running back coming back next year, you start feeling good about the future right here, but they want to feel good about right now, and those two guys are getting it done here tonight.
It's not like they don't have opportunities to move the ball. It's the execution that's been the issue for Howell.
And they had 2 bad penalties on offense.
As the referee signals a Howell calling timeout, their first of the ball game. So with 3:30 remaining in the first half, SJV up 12-0, and Howell is going to talk it over, facing a second down and long situation. Out of the break, Connor Acker and the Howell Rebels offense facing a 2nd and 8 situation. Acker out of the huddle. Four receivers spread out wide. O'Rourke, the lone running back, with Acker in the gun. Acker looking left, throwing left, just out of the reach of his man, Ray Pirelli. Pirelli, John, has been getting a ton of targets here tonight, but hasn't been able to haul in too many of them.
Just seems to be the timing off, or it's just a little far too outside. And now St. John's Vianney may be using their timeouts here because, once again, they're in a 3rd and 8 right now, 3:27 in the first half. So if they don't get a first down here, St. John's going to get the ball back with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
I'm beginning to sound like a parrot here or a broken record, but it's 3rd down and long for Howell. SJV's defense with an outstanding performance so far here in this first half, suffocating the Howell Rebels offense. It's Acker. On 3rd down. Acker, pump fakes. Now trying to get away from defenders. He's wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. It's Zachariah Oladimde.
Came close to a horse collar there. That's what I thought they were going to run.
And so Howell loses yards on 3rd and long. That'll bring back out the punting unit, and the offensive woes continue for Coach Hill and the Howell offense.
Coach Hill's going to ask that defense one more time here.
And that snap goes out of the back of the end zone for Howell, and it's a safety. So things going from bad to worse for the Howell Rebels. A mishandled snap turns into points for the Lancers, and SJV has got it going on here in the closing minutes of the first half. Howell can't stop the bleeding.
And what did Coach tell us about previous games? Had a punt block for a touchdown against them, puts their offense and defense in a hole there. And, Dylan, you know it just like I do. We talk about offense and the defense. It's 3 parts. You gotta be solid in the special teams unless you give away points here. Field position, we've seen it before by not catching, calling a fair catch over there. So, Coach Hill was aware of it. He talked to us before the game about it. I'm sure they're addressing it. High school kids here, 1 or 2 mistakes here, cost you, 14, not 14 points, a touchdown and now a safety. Now they're going to get the ball back here.
Yeah, essentially Howell giving SJV 8 free points, John. It's tough to win football games when you're making as many mistakes as Howell is, which is going to happen in a high school game. You try to limit it as much as you possibly can. But the turnover bug biting Howell here in the first half.
Not to mention against a good St. John's Vianney team.
As Howell kicks it away, it's Adam Ers fielding it and cutting upfield. Adam Ers with space out in front. He's tripped up by his shoestrings. And Adam Ers with another long return for the Lancers. Aiden Lambias, on Howell, perhaps saving a touchdown. And I mean, really, that Howell bleacher over there, you can feel just the oxygen being sucked out of the room. This is an avalanche of mistakes by Howell, and there's nothing that they can seemingly do to stop what's going on. And SJV just putting their foot down on the gas right now, running it right at Howell, just adding insult to injury, one thing after another. It's all SJV here in the final 5 minutes of this first half.
As good as their defense has played, their special teams have been lacking, and it's costing them here tonight.
Over the middle, it's LaBarca. Zach LaBarca connects with Adam Ers on a quick hitter, but there are flags everywhere, and we'll wait for the call.
Flags on both sides of the field. You don't see that too often, so.
Lancers will move backwards.
Oh, so 2 of them. Legal man downfield and a face mask. I sit when it's thrown at the line of scrimmage and then thrown 20. I knew there was 2 penalties there. You don't see that a lot. So Coach Penta just talking to the white hat, trying to get an explanation. I'm sure he doesn't want an explanation on a face mask. The lineman downfield, I'm sure he's questioning.
So negate the pickup from Adam Ers and Zach LaBarca on first down. They're just going to replay it. Same situation, 1st and 10. Lancers have it on the Rebels' 35-yard line. And why not? If I'm Coach Penta, I'm going right back to the same play. As they kind of shovel it forward to Adam Ers. Ers with an angry run. He's brought down by number 9, Christopher Cerulli for Howell. So they go right back to Ers, and Ers gains 4 on first down.
Yeah, and 2:12 clock is ticking, plenty of time right now. I believe St. John's has 2 timeouts.
And the hard count again, getting Howell to jump. It'll be offsides on the defense. So SJV picking up a free 5 yards on second down. It'll set up 3rd and 1.
And Dylan, you know, when you're playing a quality team like St. John's Vianney, you just can't make these mistakes. The little mistakes, they add up.
LaBarca throwing left. He connects with Noah Fitzpatrick. Noah Fitzpatrick hauls it in, and he's brought down by Chris LaForge, who's got to use his entire body weight to get Noah Fitzpatrick to the turf. So St. John's moves the chains, and they continue to roll on here inside 2 minutes. LaBarca keeps it himself, looking for room to run left. He's brought down by number 21. That's Connor Halverson.
And Dylan, let's give some credit to this Howell defense. There's no quitting them. They are giving it all they got, and St. John's is throwing everything at them right now. Quarterback run, quick screen, fade.
It's a balanced attack from SJV, and they're looking for more. LaBarca dropping back, having to escape defenders. He's wrapped up and brought down. That's Padilla. Ivan Padilla.
Bad break. Bad break there. Got a face mask.
He had a sack. We'll wait for the official call here from the referee.
You know, he kind of grabbed him up high over there. St. John's Vianney staff is saying he didn't grab the face mask. Tough break for Howell, though.
And it's a face mask. So move it forward for SJV. They pick up a first down. That'll bring up 1st and goal for the Lancers. Ball on the 8-yard line.
I feel like I've been kicked in the gut for Howell's defense right there. They're playing, they're giving everything they got. They got a sack right there, face mask. Now you got another 1st and goal, 1:13 to go in the first half here.
And it looked like that was an important play by the Howell defense before the face mask penalty. And here on first down, the give is to Danny Green. Green running left, now cutting back right, and he's hit by number 5, Ray Pirelli. With 1 minute remaining here in the first half, SJV up 14-0 on Howell, knocking on the door, looking for 6 more. LaBarca keeping it himself, running left. Zach LaBarca dragged by Christopher Cerulli.
I'll tell you what, the effort that this defense for Howell is giving right now, you got to be proud of that as a coach, as a fan, as a high school spectator here. They're leaving it all out there. They got 41 seconds. You know, if they could ever keep them out of the end zone here, what a big lift it'll be for them. But there's no quitting those kids. Bad special teams, bad penalty. They just keep lining up and playing hard, and that's what great high school football is all about.
St. John Vianney uses their second timeout. They'll have 1 remaining with 41 seconds left. The ball is inside of the 2-yard line.
If you want a great way to promote your business and support your local teams, then become a sponsor for the Garden State Athletic Network. We have network and game sponsorship opportunities available for the fall 2025 season. Let us help you promote your business or organization throughout New Jersey, all at an affordable cost. To learn more, you can scan the QR code on your screen or get in touch by emailing sponsorships@GardenStateAthleticsWork.com or calling 973-738-3881.
As Danny Green finds the end zone practically untouched, SJV extends their lead in the closing seconds of the first half. 37 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's SJV 20, Howell 0.
And they're not taking any effort into the locker room with them. That defense gave it all. It's just first and goal right there, timeout. Great play call by St. John's Vianney, and they've been on the field.
And here is a decision for sure by Coach Penta. St. John Vianney not kicking the extra point after 2 failed attempts. Labarca is looking for 2. Labarca throwing right. He's got a man in the back of the end zone, and he connects with Adam Ers. St. John Vianney executes the 2-point conversion. And the score now, St. John Vianney jumping out to a 22-0 lead over Howell with 37 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's too early to call the dagger right there, but with the struggles of scoring points for Howell right there, the touchdown. And remember, St. John's is going to get the ball to start the second half too.
It's tough. It's tough to find a more one-sided 5 minutes of football than what we just watched here, John.
Yeah.
Things going from bad to worse to unthinkable for Howell in what was a one-score game. The offense coming back out onto the field with an opportunity to put points on the board. The pick six, the safety, and now a long return and a good drive by SJV. As that kickoff is fair caught by Chris LaForge. Howell's offense will come back out onto the field with 37 seconds.
No return.
Long story short, John, Howell just seemingly unable to get anything going offensively, and SJV is doing it in all 3 phases of the game. They're getting great returns from Adam Ers and the special teams unit. Their offense is firing on all cylinders, and their defense is keeping Howell under wraps.
Yeah, well St. John's Vianney has dominated the special teams here. That's, there's no question about that. Defense scored a touchdown, like you said. I'm going to keep going to the positive of Howell. That defense is playing their butts off right now, and Coach needs that. They want to get out of this first half right now with 37 seconds to go, regroup at halftime, and try to figure out how they can get some points on the board here in the second half against a tough St. John's Vianney defense.
On first down, Howell airing it out up the right sideline. That pass intended for Jackson Ben of the Rebels. It falls incomplete, well out of his reach. So it'll set up second and long, ball on the 25-yard line.
And Coach Hill disagreed with me right there. I thought maybe he just wanted to run the ball, get it to halftime. He said, we're going to try to score right here. Let's take a shot. Let's let our athlete go try be an athlete out there. But like I said, St. John's Vianney, especially at this point, they've loosened up the coverage right now. They don't want to get beat deep right now. So I think that's going to be tough in the second half too. But, these quick passes seem to be where Howell had some success here earlier in the game.
Being down 3 scores, I don't hate Howell taking a shot there, because if it is picked off that deep down the field, it's essentially a punt. And with 30 seconds remaining, Connor Acker running for his life in pursuit. Our Lancer defenders.
Wow.
And that's an unbelievable catch in front of the Lancer bench. Aiden Lambias.
Wow.
Unreal. Fully extending horizontal to the turf with 22 seconds remaining. Howell is going to get another crack here on offense.
And what a great play by Connor Ackers too, to keep that play alive. He was running for his life right there, and then to throw that bullet at the sideline, the only place it could be where his guy was going to catch it, and he did it.
Isaiah Shade, the linebacker for St. John's, was the one chasing down Connor Acker. The Rebels here on first down. Ball on the 37. Acker improvising again. He's run out of bounds. Chased out by number 7, DJ Carter. So with 16 seconds remaining, it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 to go for Howell.
DJ Carter's everywhere for this defense. He's playing the pass. He had the pick 6. Now he's coming up, making plays against the quarterback in the run game. Very good defensive player for St. John's Vianney.
DJ Carter putting some impressive tape together here, and we're only almost 2 quarters of the way through. Acker on 2nd down. O'Rourke in the backfield with him. Acker takes the snap, looking over the middle, taking a shot on the far left side. Acker looking for his man, number 1, Josh Krutyansky. Krutyansky rising up and extending, trying to haul that pass in. Unsuccessfully, he falls to the turf, and it'll bring up 3rd down. 10 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
I'll tell you what, Connor Acker has some arm ability. That was another great ball he threw right there. That wasn't off by much. Big, strong arm.
He's really got some good touch on his passes as well, John. I mean, he's putting just enough air under it so that I can drop down into the breadbasket there for his receivers, and he's trying to throw them into space. He's off by just inches.
Yeah. And like you said, everyone is catchable. He makes it look catchable.
10 seconds remaining in the first half. Acker takes the snap on 3rd down, looking left, throwing left, right back in the area of Josh Krutyansky. That one well out of his reach. So with 6 seconds to go in the first half, Howell will send their punting unit out onto the field. Number 9, Adam Ers for SJV. Standing at the 25-yard line in Lancer territory. And they kick it to Ers. Ers, who mishandles the punt, is hit. So good coverage on the play there by Howell. I was shocked to see that they kicked to Adam Ers at all, who's had huge returns in this ball game. Nonetheless, zeros on the clock here in the first half. St. John Vianney will take a 22-point lead into halftime, and we'll take the break with them. Don't go anywhere. On the other side of the break, we've got second half action here on the Garden State Athletic Network. Welcome back to Friday Night Football action here in Monmouth County, New Jersey. We've got a one-sided affair here at St. John Vianney High School. SJV up 22-0 against their B North Division rival, the Howell Rebels. And it was a one-sided final 5 minutes of the first half that ultimately had this score balloon up to the lead that the Lancers have now. And as we gear up for third quarter action, we'll step aside here to get in a word from our sponsors.
Want a great way to promote your business and support your local teams? Then become a sponsor on the Garden State Athletic Network. We have network and game sponsorship opportunities available for the fall 2025 season. Let us help you promote your organization throughout New Jersey at all an affordable cost. To learn more, scan the QR code on your screen and get in touch by emailing sponsorship@gardenstateathleticnetwork.com or calling 973-738-3881. Let Garden State Athletic Network make your business the star of the show.
We've got 12 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter. The Howell Rebels getting set to kick it away to the SJV Lancers. That's Aiden Lambias kicking it away for the Rebels. Deep to receive for the Lancers. Number 9, Adam Ers, and number 7, DJ Carter. They keep it away from Ers and they kick it to Carter, who fields it at the 10. DJ Carter with a full head of steam. He's got plenty of real estate. DJ Carter is out across the 50. They're not going to catch him. DJ Carter, house call to open up the second half. DJ Carter doing it all for this SJV team on defense with a pick 6 and now a special teams touchdown. DJ Carter and the Lancers pouring it on.
And this senior night crowd is going crazy here, John. Dylan, what a great atmosphere. This guy's electric. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's electric. Defense, special team touchdowns right here. And you could tell in the first 2 or 3 steps, I kind of gave you a little tap. There was a little lane right there, and he was going.
Justin Campesi on for the extra point, and he gets it through the uprights. St. John Vianney leading the Howell Rebels 29-0.
I was just getting ready to talk about Howell's defense coming back out there and kind of playing with the same intensity, emotion that they did before.
Let's get a second look at this, John. Tell me what you're seeing here from DJ Carter outside of just 0 to 60 speed.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, you said it again. You were hitting me on the arm there at about the 45-yard line.
I could see the lane open up for him. So great jobs. And let's give Coach Penta and his staff a lot of credit here. He's a first-year coach here. What's the thing that kind of lacks behind everything else early in the season? Now, we're mid-season right now, but you want to get your offense in. You want to get your terminology. You want to get your defense in. Coaches and teams forget about special teams. Not Coach Penta. Their special teams are dominant tonight, and they're going to win them this football game right here. So, they had it blocked well. He ran a straight line, and not too many kids in New Jersey are going to catch him once he gets a step on you.
SJV keeping it short. The kickoff is fielded by Chris LaForge at the 32-yard line. And so when we were expecting Zach LaBarca and the Lancers offense, DJ Carter takes it to the house. And it'll be Connor Acker and the Howell Rebels coming back out onto the field trying to answer Carter's touchdown.
And I know it's tough right now for the staff on Howell and the kids, but let's play the next play. Let's win the next play.
Connor Acker trying to find a rhythm here against this Lancer defense that has had the answer all night long. Acker with plenty of time. The pocket's collapsing. Connor Acker trying to escape. He'll actually pick up a yard on the play, but he's chased down by number 3 for SJV. That's Zachariah Olameji with the play.
And let's give the secondary credit there. Offensive line did a great job. They had a little twist up top. St. John's Vianney did. Picked it up great. Held protection. You know, the quarterback had the ball for 5-6 seconds. Nobody was open downfield. So, you know, let's give credit to that secondary doing a great job.
And that was honestly good awareness by Connor Acker, feeling the pocket collapsing and escaping, and what could have been a sack or an incompletion, he actually turns it into positive yards, however few there were. So Connor Acker back to work on 2nd and 8. Acker dropping back. He's got a man over the middle. That pass falls incomplete, intended for number 5, Ray Pirelli. Ray Pirelli has been the recipient of a handful of targets, just unable to haul in these passes.
Yeah, it just seemed to be a little off today on their timing. And when we look at it here, I know you said, you know, a short pickup. I'd rather be in 2nd and 8 than 2nd and 15. So he avoided the sack, did a great job. Keeps his eyes downfield, too. He's looking to complete that big pass. Just nothing there. This St. John's Vianney defense and secondary. And Coach Penta knew they were going to try to throw the ball. This defensive secondary is prepared for tonight.
Acker entering tonight's contest, approaching 900 yards on the season. So Howell, no stranger to airing it out. And Acker on 3rd down, looking right, just over the hands, the outreached hands of Josh Krutniansky. And Howell will be facing a 4th down and long situation. Down 29 points, John. My eyes are glued to Coach Hill over there on the far side. The offense is still on the field for the Rebels. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, and I'm watching these passes here, and we watched them early.
We've got a penalty on St. John Vianney. That'll pick up the 1st down for Howell.
I didn't see that one either, Dylan.
I didn't see a signal or a flag.
The only thing I saw on this side of the field is they went to a kind of a press coverage over there, so maybe he kind of had hands on after the 5 yards. That's what I'm thinking it was.
And so Connor Acker here now facing a 1st down and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line. The Rebels take the snap. Acker rolling right. Connor Acker can't find a man. Now he just gets rid of it towards the Howell sideline, looking to avoid a sack.
Number 3, Zachariah, tracked him down.
Yeah, he was in pursuit of Acker. Nearly came away with a sack and a loss of about 10 yards on the play. Smartly, Connor Acker elects to throw it away.
Yeah, they didn't get the sack. They called it incomplete pass there. I know we could hear Coach Bass upstairs yelling. You know, nobody was in the area, so incomplete pass there. Good for Howell, gets back to a 2nd and 10.
And that's just more relentless pursuit by the SJV defense, something that we've seen all night. They're doing a great job of shooting gaps and pursuing the ball carrier. This SJV defense has been impressive. Acker can't connect with number 5, Ray Pirelli. Over the middle, in and out of the hands of Pirelli. He's getting open. The opportunities are there. The execution not up to par for Howell tonight, making things difficult.
Yeah, and it's going to look like the quarterback, you know, his completion rate was very low, but some of these passes are hitting these guys in the hands, and they're contested catches. Make no mistake about it. These guys aren't wide open running there. St. John's is on them. But if you want to win these big-time games, you're on the road. St. John's Vianney, a good program here. You got to make those contested catches, tough catches. You know, that's how you're going to win these football games.
And it's almost like when you make the leap from high school to college, then college to the NFL, where open in college is so different than open in the NFL. It's kind of like Connor Acker is trying to fit these into NFL-type windows.
Yeah, nobody's been wide open tonight.
Exactly. And Acker on 3rd down, looking for a long gain over the middle. Number 1, Josh Krutniansky, the intended receiver. So SJV's defense standing strong here with 10:24 in the third quarter. Howell's punting unit back out on the field.
And Howell puts a lot of pressure on you. They're 4 wide. They're running verticals. They're running crossing patterns. St. John has covered every receiver, every play here tonight.
Tim O'Rourke kicking it away for Howell. That's Adam Ers receiving the low line drive. Letting it go, rather. Smart decision there from Adam Ers. It takes a pro Lancer bounce out to the 26-yard line, and that's where Zach LaBarca and the Lancers offense will set up.
Dylan, I just hope this defense keeps that same effort they had in the first half, the end of the first half. They should be commended on that. You know, from Coach Hill, a player here at Howell, a lot of pride in this program. I'm sure there's going to be no quitting. These kids are going to keep playing hard all game.
LaBarca and the Lancers on first down. Play action. Throwing over to the right side. That pass is caught by number 9, Adam Ers. Adam Ers is forced out of bounds just shy of the first down marker. So the Lancers move the ball and pick up 9 on first down. That'll set up second and short. Correction, that'll move the chains on first down. So a great pickup there. Not just a good pickup, a great pickup from Adam Ers on first down. Looking for more. LaBarca right back to Ers. That's just over the hands of Adam Ers, and that pass falls incomplete, setting up second down.
I'll tell you, both of these quarterbacks got some arm talent here today. LaBarca, we know he can run the ball. We know he's a great athlete. We know he's a great competitor right there. But, you know, you talk about throwing a ball. He's putting these balls on these St. John's Vianney guys. That one was a little high, wasn't caught. But all these balls are catchable that he's throwing here tonight.
And they've all got zip on them, too. The arm strength is really impressive on both sides. It's a bubble screen over to the left side. That pass is caught by Braden De La Vega. First time mentioning Braden De La Vega on the broadcast tonight, the junior wide receiver, 5'11", 175 pounds, with the catch and run there, a gain of 5 on the play. That'll set up 3rd and 5 for SJV.
And one thing Coach Penta and his offense, they make you defend the whole field and every player on it.
LaBarca getting the play from the sideline. Taking the snap in the gun. Taking a shot downfield. Adam Ers off his hands, and he actually hauls it in. The referee signaling incomplete. And the frustration boiling over for these Howell defenders. That's number 6, Caden Parker.
This might be
begging.
offensive. Yeah, I think they're going to get offense here. A little push off from behind.
Begging for pass interference, still talking to the ref, apologizing for having words with him. So it is offensive pass interference against Adam Ers. And so SJV, rarely have we seen them move in the opposite direction, in the wrong direction here tonight, but that's the case here on third down, setting up a 3rd and forever.
And when you see that flag over there, you're always thinking defensive pass interference. So was Howell defender. He went and apologized to the referee, which was nice. But it was offensive all the time. He was behind them. And they've been in good position, too, on those deep passes. You know, they've been in good position. They had an interception down in the end zone before, a big play for them. So, listen, Coach Hill's doing a nice job. They're coaching those guys up over there, too. It just does seem like watching this game here tonight, St. John's has weapons at all receivers. Their running back, their quarterback. Offensive line has done a great job here blocking tonight. And we're just kind of balanced there up front.
And the fans are erupting because St. John Vianney is lined up to punt. And it's 3rd down.
They accepted the penalty, replayed it down.
So what was a happy-go-lucky celebratory crowd here on the St. John Vianney sideline just turned into a raucous crowd for the time being.
I've been there. 29-0, dominating this game. Little mix-up. Fans start yelling at you.
LaBarca in the gun on 3rd and 20. Dropping back. Now stepping up in the pocket. That pass is nearly intercepted at around midfield. Pass was intended for number 8, Thomas Foley. Great job there on the coverage by the Howell secondary. That's number 23, Lucas Grandinetti, the sophomore defensive back, getting in on the action there for the Howell Rebels. Now Caden Parker on to receive the punt for Howell, just beyond the 45-yard line. Parker signaling for a fair catch, and he hauls it in at the 45.
Good move there, special teams. Fair catch. Look where you get the ball. You're at midfield right now. 9:06 to go here in the third quarter. Let's settle down. Let's get back to our base offense. Let's get a drive going, try to get some points on the board.
So Connor Acker back to work here, leading this Howell offense that has been held scoreless through 2 quarters, and still 3 minutes into the third quarter here. Trying to get some positive momentum, if not for today, for the remainder in the second half of their season. This is a Howell Rebels team with their eyes on a state playoff berth. So Coach Hill trying to do something, anything, to ignite this Rebels offense. And it's most likely going to come at the arm of Connor Acker, who's dropping back on first down. Throwing right. He finally connects with a man. That's Josh Krutyansky. And Krutyansky on first down picks up a first down and then some. So Howell moves the chains.
And that's been their best play all day. Not a slant, not a go pattern, just run a little hook. Get the ball. Let's make, you know what I mean, make somebody miss. That's the first time a St. John's defender missed a tackle over there. Turned out to be a big play over there. So let's see what Howell does there. But I would stay with that too. You know, they've thrown those slants. They kind of get knocked up in the air. It looks like they get intercepted. Let's just chip away now.
It's been a matter of just catching these passes that Connor Acker is doing a great job of getting the ball out quick and on time and on target.
We talked about his arm strength. He may have too much of it.
Absolutely. And Howell, after the big gain on first down, they jump and they'll move back 5 yards.
I feel for them. They start getting some momentum. They start moving the ball. Now you're in 1st and 15. You know, I feel for them.
That'll be 1st and 15. Ball on the Lancers side of the field. The Rebels on the 45. Huddle up for this next play. And I think with the score being what it is, you just try to chip away here over the next 4 plays, rather than try to gain all these yards back or go crazy trying to take a shot downfield that could potentially turn into a turnover, as that pass is complete to Ray Pirelli at the 40. So Howell gains back those 5 yards they lost on first down.
And with the field position that they have, the score, the time, this is 4 down territory right now. So, yeah, we're at 1st and 15. We don't have to get it all right now. We got 4 plays to get 15 yards, 6 yards on air, so you're in a 2nd and 9 right now.
Thank you for articulating exactly what I was trying to say.
We knew we knew what you wanted to say there. We're in 4 down territory. And once again, no quitting this Howell team. Coming out here, next play. Let's win the next play. That's how you become better as a football team.
And traditionally, across the board, Howell has always been a tough, hard-nosed, blue-collar, gritty program. No matter what sport you're playing Howell in, you know you're in for a fight. And that's been on display here as well, despite the score being what it is, as Connor Acker is dropped in the backfield. That's big number 57, Jordan Malloy, getting into the backfield and bringing down Connor Acker. So things getting a little more difficult for Howell. It's been positive, negative, positive, negative. Inconsistency is the word for Howell here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we probably should have said you're not going to punt unless you lose yardage right here now. So we'll see what they can do on this 3rd down territory. 3rd down, they got 3rd and call it 17. let's get half of it right now, and then we could go for it on 4th down.
They were looking for the big man up the right sideline. That's number 1, John Kritzgansky. They had him run a 10-yard route, look back. They gave him a pump fake, and before Connor Acker could get rid of the football, the defense got home. So some of these longer routes becoming difficult for Howell. And here they are on 3rd and long. Acker dropping back, stepping up in the pocket, looking for somewhere to go. And nowhere is the end result. Acker gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down for this Rebels offense, whose woes continue late into this one.
And what a good feeling for the defensive line when you start getting into these 3rd and 15, 16. They're not playing to run anymore. We're in a sprinter stance right now. We're shooting gaps. We're coming to the outside. And evident on those last 2 plays, a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Adam Urs deep to receive the kick for SJV. It'll take a Pro Lancer bounce and go out of bounds. The referee signaling the Lancers will set up on the 30-yard line on their own side of the field. So 5:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. St. John Vianney 29, Howell 0. John, it's tough to pick one aspect of this game that stands out the most for SJV, because they really have done an outstanding job in all 3 facets of the game, as we touched on earlier. But is there one area that is standing out a little more than the rest to you?
I think the special teams changed the game, just changed the way the game was going. You know, the defensive score, the safety, big kickoff return in the second half. That really, takes the wind out of you, your football team.
Here's LaBarca on 1st down, throwing. That pass was intended for number 7 here in front of the SJV sideline. That's DJ Carter. Why not give him some reps on offense? He's done it on special teams. He's done it on defense. And DJ Carter is lined up one-on-one at the bottom of your screen with Caden Parker. The give is to Thomas on 2nd down. Thomas running off tackles. He carries it forward for a 1st down and then some, bringing defenders with him.
Got DJ Carter over there. That was the easiest one. That was the easy one. Hit him in the hands. He made the interception, the kickoff return. That was the easiest one. But once again, St. John's just getting back to what their base offense is. Inside zone, he bounces it outside, rumbles for 15 yards.
Corley Thomas right back to work on 1st down. He gains 3 on the play before finally being brought to the turf. That'll set up 2nd and 7 for SJV.
Stay ahead of the chains. Positive yards. Positive yards makes play calling easy for the offensive coordinator. Get your offense in a rhythm. No negative plays. Let's just keep moving the chains here.
On 2nd down, LaBarca throwing right, connecting with a man who nearly slips a tackle. That's Braden De La Vega. And he gains 0 on the play. It was a lateral pass. A lateral play, rather. It'll bring up 3rd down and the same, so maybe a yard. 3rd down and about 6.
And I'm going to keep singing the praises of this defense. Ray Perula, number 5 over there with a great play in space. And big play here for them.
LaBarca keeping it himself, carrying it forward, making 3rd and long into 4th and manageable. And the St. John's offense staying out on the field. So up 29. They're looking for more. It's 4th and 1. SJV in Howell territory.
This is a full yard too, Dylan.
It's Corley Thomas and his 6.2 yards per carry in the backfield with him. They'll throw on 4th down, and LaBarca can't connect with Noah Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick tried to take off before he was able to pull that pass in and complete the catch. So it falls to the ground, incomplete. Turnover on downs. Howell's defense makes a stand.
Yeah, Coach Howell doesn't care how they got off the field. That defense got off the field again. Let's give them credit. And they got the ball at midfield right now. They're on their 46-yard line, 47-yard line. Good starting field position again. Let's see if they could chip away and get in the end zone here on this drive.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Howell on their own 47-yard line. Connor Acker and the Rebels offense still looking for positives, still looking for plays. They've not been able to execute any dimension of their offense so far. Not for lack of trying, but St. John Vianney has been all over this Rebel offense.
They've definitely been over these receivers. They've done a great job in coverage here tonight.
Connor Acker dropping back on 1st down, taking a shot. It's Josh Krutyansky, and it's overthrown. That pass falls incomplete. Excellent coverage there by Khaled Goodman-Ware.
And Dylan, it's very tough to complete those passes right now. So, they haven't completed too many short passes where the hitch and go is working. St. John's Vianney, their corners have come up a couple plays and pressed them, but 29-0, 3 minutes to go in the third. Don't get beat. We don't want to get beat on a 50-yard touchdown round. Everything is loose right now. So, what it seems like Howell has to get back to is let's chip away. Let's get 6-7. They miss a tackle like before. We get 15. Let's get some points on the board. Let's get our offense feeling good. Even if we're not going to win this week, let's start getting some momentum moving into next week with our offense.
We haven't called Tim O'Rourke's name in quite some time. Obviously, with Howell trailing, they need to throw the ball. But he did a good job of establishing himself early on in this ballgame, and they haven't really gone back to him since. Acker looking for Krutyansky. Goes through his hands and out of bounds and into the sideline of SJV. So it's 3rd and 10 for the Howell Rebels. We'll see where they go here on this play.
I'm going to bring something else up to you, and you're going to notice it. I'm sure people at home and Howell people do. This Connor Acker is a leader. He's their quarterback. He's had some drop passes today. I see him encouraging. I don't see him yelling. I don't see him putting his hands in the air saying to the coach, let's get the next play, let's get the next play. He's a junior. Teams are going to have their hands filled with him next year. O'Rourke, this guy's a leader right here, and those kids like him, and they're following him. I like to see that from him.
3rd and long for the Rebels. 3 receivers lined up on the right side. 1 at the bottom of your screen. Acker hit as he throws. And that pass falls incomplete, setting up 4th down. So Connor Acker dropping back, looking for a man on 3rd. Gets drilled by Lancer defenders. And the punting unit back out for Howell. And now Acker gingerly jogging to the sideline. He took a shot there, John.
You don't want to see that for your quarterback. Blind side, defensive end. We've talked about him. Sprinter stance outside, full speed from the blind side. Just shows you how tough Connor Ackers is too.
Fields the punt at the 25. He's immediately wrapped up and brought down. That's excellent coverage there by the special teams unit for Howell. Thomas Watsner makes the play there, number 22, the running back / defensive back and gunner for the Rebels.
And Howell, great job on that punt. Team gets down there, covers it, tackles them. And this is the field position they probably needed when the game was 6-0 over there and 12-0, needed some better field position. So, like I said, some adjustments by Howell, still playing as hard as they can every play.
LaBarca giving it up to Danny Breen on 1st down. Breen looking for room to run on the right side. He carries it forward for a minimal gain. And John, coming into this ball game, I anticipated a heavy dose of Danny Breen. He comes into this one leading all rushers for the Lancers with 563 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season. But it's been Corley Thomas getting the majority of the workload tonight.
And Coach Hill, when we spoke to him, he was very happy with his front 7. He says that they've kept them in every game. They've been physical. They've been tough. And they've been tough tonight against the run here, too. They're doing a great job. And these 2 running backs and LaBarca you got your hand full. It's a three-headed monster right there. They're doing a great job.
It's a popular running back number in the tri-state area now, number 44.
Why not?
With shades of Cam Scattaboo on the New York Giants, their star rookie running back who ran all over the Eagles last night at MetLife Stadium. Danny Breen looking to do the same here for SJV, but he finds no room to run. Howell's defensive front making their presence known throughout the game, and again, they're on second down.
And Breen is built like Scattaboo. He has that same build to him, that 5'10", 200-pound build, looking for contact.
Exactly. So the Lancers facing a 3rd down and 6 situation. We'll see where Zach LaBarca and the offense elects to go. Green in the backfield.
Another big play here for Howell defense. 3rd and 5, called long 5-6 yards.
Under 1 minute remaining in the 3rd period.
LaBarca takes the snap on 3rd down. He gets it out to Adam Urs. Looking for room to run. He's forced out of bounds by number 6, Caden Parker. Adam Urs moves the chains for the Lancers. So they pick up a 1st down. And the offense continues to roll now inside of a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And these receivers do a great job blocking on the outside, too. They did a great job staying with their blocks to get that 1st down.
LaBarca trying to stretch the field, getting it out to number 9, Adam Urs. That pass falls incomplete, just led him a little bit too much there on the play, so stop the clock with 32 seconds remaining in the quarter. A rare mishap by this SJV offense tonight, who's been firing on all cylinders. So, John, as we close out this 3rd quarter, some positive takeaways by both teams, quite frankly. The big return to start the quarter by SJV and DJ Carter. But outside of that, the Howell Rebels have done their job.
Defensively, they sure have.
As LaBarca tries to find a hole, he can't find any room to run. He's wrapped up. It's number 7, Ivan Padilla, getting the stop there for the Rebels. And Padilla, John, I'm all too familiar with the Padilla family. I coach basketball at Freehold Township. I've had to face his brothers for what seems like 10 years now because they've staggered in the years that they attended Howell High School. But those two were a problem on the basketball court and from what I've heard on the football field as well. And we've got a break in the action. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. It's 29-0. St. John Vianney leading the Howell Rebels. We'll take the break with them. Don't go anywhere. More action still to come on the Garden State Athletic Network.
Komatsu Machinery supports New Jersey high school athletics. Power through any terrain with Komatsu Machinery. Built for performance, durability, and unmatched reliability. Whether you're hauling in the harshest mines or navigating tough construction sites, Komatsu's advanced engineering and fuel-efficient technology keep your operation moving forward. Choose Komatsu, where strength meets smart innovation. Contact Komatsu's Monmouth and Ocean County rep, Dominic Veccarelli, 908-337-8975. Dominic is also a St. John's Vianney class of 1992 graduate. Go Lancers.
Shout out to the Lancer alum getting in on the action here on the Garden State Athletic Network as we start 4th quarter action. 12 minutes on the board, 29-0. The Lancers taking care of business here on senior night on their home field. LaBarca dropping back, looking for his man, Adam Urs, who can't haul it in just at about midfield. So Adam Urs had himself a huge gain, but couldn't corral the pass from LaBarca, and the punting unit will head onto the field for SJV.
And Dylan, I'm just going to continue to be positive with this defensive unit for Howell. They're getting off the field again. Held them scoreless on defense in the 3rd quarter. They had the kick return, but that's a challenge here. This St. John's Vianney offense was rolling. 3rd quarter scoreless, get off the field right now, getting the ball back.
And that kick is away, fielded by Caden Parker, in and out of the hands of Parker, and he can't handle the fumble. That's a scoop from the SJV coverage team. Oh, what a devastating mishap there by the special teams unit of Howell. Matthew Cleary, the junior linebacker for SJV, is celebrating with the football over here on the Lancer sideline. And Caden Parker unable to field the wobbly punt. SJV's offense will come right back out on the field.
Going to ask the defense to do it again. I feel deflated for them. I'm with them. I see how hard they're playing against a very talented St. John's Vianney. We just got off the field, and now what yard line are we on here? Is that this 4?
They haven't put the ball down anywhere yet, so we'll wait for that. So
I don't know if he can. Yeah, I don't know if he can advance it from there.
I should probably know this, but you can scoop and score in high school, correct?
But I don't know why they didn't.
There's no. It's not like when you field it.
What is the penalty? 4th down.
They're replaying the down.
We missed something.
I didn't see any flags down. Can we go to a replay and kind of check out the field and scan the field here and see? I don't see.
Oh, it had to be something. Yeah, we're going to miss it there. It had to be something behind the play if it's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing picked up by our cameras either. So we are going to replay the down. Caden Parker and the Howell special teams unit catches a break. So you kind of have to wipe your slate clean and get ready to field this punt. It's another wobbly line drive, and Parker signaling for a fair catch. He's able to cleanly field that punt. So Howell comes back out onto the field. Nobody seems to have an answer up in this press box is what just happened.
Yeah, you've seen the official come over and give one of the St. John's Vianney assistant coaches an explanation. So, is what it is. Howell got the ball back, 11:38 here, and a little bit of a break here. A little bit of a break for him at 29-0. But once again, let's give that defense credit. Let's see that offense try to get some points on the board here, get some first downs, make some nice catches here. Let's see some catches for Connor Akers, our quarterback.
Connor trying to put a drive together. On 1st and 10, dropping back, throwing to the left side. That pass was seemingly for a second caught by Josh Krutyansky. Not before it was knocked out of his hands. Great coverage there by Khaled Goodman-Ware of jarring that ball loose. So it's an incomplete pass, and 2nd down and 10 for the Rebels. Ball on their own 28-yard line.
Every catch is contested, though. There's not a lot of space there. And you got to practice that. You got to work on that. Work on it. Like St. John's Vianney, their secondary is doing a great job here tonight.
I'm still impressed at the location of that pass. I mean, that hit his man right in the hands and only a spot where he can get it. It looked like Krutyansky caught it, and it got knocked out of his hands after the fact, and we've got Laundry down.
Encroachment, St. John's Vianney. Howell will take those 5 yards gladly.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 10 turns into 2nd and 5.
Repeat 2nd down.
Connor Acker
Ball be spotted at the Rebel 33-yard line.
gets the play from Coach Hill over on the far sideline.
Coach Hill feels better calling a 2nd and 5 play. It's been a while since they've had some 2nd and 5, so let's see what they dial up here.
3rd and long has been the reoccurring theme on the broadcast tonight. But again, all the credit in the world to SJV's defense.
Secondary's been outstanding here tonight.
Unbelievable coverage, blanketing receivers all over the field, consistently over the span of 3 quarters. On 2nd and 5, It's a short throw. Connor Halverson on the catch. He carries it forward for Howell. That's a good gain. Pick up about 8, or we'll say enough on the play. And Howell, with some positive yardage there, moves the chains on second down.
Enough to move the chains, and that's the second time they've run a screen, had success with it. Ran it early in the game on a 3rd and 10, got a first down, just got another one there.
So these short passes have worked for Howell. Acker is able to get the ball out quickly and on target. It's been a matter of actually completing plays, catching passes, and picking up yards after the fact. Nonetheless, Acker on 1st and 10, dropping back. He pump fakes. Now he throws downfield over the head of his man, Josh Kretyansky. And that pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Rebels.
It's just that double move's not going to work here. They're just playing too loose in coverage right now. You know, that's when it starts working, when you complete the hitch. You complete the hitch. You know, Howell hasn't completed that, and now, you know, when you're up 29, four touchdowns in the fourth quarter, the last thing you're telling your safety, they don't want to play aggressives. And if they do and get beat, the coach is going to be yelling at them right there. Keep everything in front of you. Let them catch it. Let's make the tackle. That's where they're at right now.
2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Howell Rebels. The story of the game so far has been this Lancers secondary that's kept Howell at bay all evening. Acker takes the snap, scans the field, rolling to his right, now in pursuit. Throwing it forward, nobody's home. Connor Acker unable to connect with the receiver there on 2nd down. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Once again, safeties, corners doing a great job there. Quarterback, before he broke contain and got out of the pocket, had 4 or 5 seconds there, just nobody open for him.
I wish we had a timer here, because seemingly Connor Acker has all day to make these throws, but we can't stress it enough. Just the job that this SJV secondary has done has been nothing short of outstanding. And when you're a young player looking to play at the next level, it's games like these that you put yourself in a position to put some positive tape on display for coaches. These guys are going to spend a lot of time speaking positively about what they're seeing on Huddle after the game. On 3rd and long. Throwing to the left side. That pass is intercepted by SJV. Still on his feet, it's Khaled Goodman-Ware. Goodman-Ware bouncing out to the left, headed for the pylon. It's a pick 6. Khaled Goodman-Ware.
They are a talented group in that secondary. That's the 2nd pick 6 we saw tonight. And after they catch that ball, he was thinking about pick 6 right there. He wasn't just thinking, I'm going to catch the ball, run out of bounds over there. Very athletic, well coached. This St. John's Vianney team is very good, Dylan.
Khaled Goodman-Ware with the exclamation point, and what it has been a blowout here for the Lancers on their home field on senior night. If there weren't enough reasons to celebrate in this one, this SJV defense just putting the cherry on top. Justin Campesi kicks it through the upright, so he's batting .500 tonight.
And we're going to take a look at this pick 6.
Just looking left the whole way. Unable to connect with his receiver. They were on 2 different pages. That was Josh Kretyansky.
But when he caught that ball on around the 40-yard line, he had touchdown on his mind from right there. Cut back, got some great blocking. And like you said, defense is playing for Howell. They've given up 2 pick 6s, kickoff to open up the second half. They had a safety that they had to kick off again. So really the small things in this game, like their defense is hanging in there. Gave up 2 touchdowns to the offense right now, and you look and you're saying down 36 nothing right now. So tough for them, tough for Coach Hill. He's a grinder. He's going to keep working. He talked about state playoffs. They're going to keep trying to get better here. They're going to keep working hard. That's all you can ask from high school athletes.
And that pass is caught in front of Howell's bench. Chris LaForge feels the kick. And right back to work, Howell's offense. So Connor Acker not on the field, John. It appears his day is done. That's number 12, Nicholas Olson, the sophomore quarterback for the Howell Rebels, taking the field here in the fourth quarter. He fields a low snap and hands it off to his teammate, who's immediately met at the line of scrimmage by a pack of Lancers. That's number 22 for Howell, Thomas Wasnitzer.
I just hope he's okay. The last time we saw him, he got hit from behind from the blind side by Zachariah, number 3. So he did walk off the field, but, that's a tough hit, and Zachariah's got some build on him, and he was in a track stance coming from the blind side, the worst thing that could happen to a quarterback. So he did walk off the field. Hope he's okay, and, he put his work in here tonight.
Olson on second down, throwing out to the right. He connects with his man. That's number 21, Connor Halverson. And Halverson catches it, but then gets immediately hit by number 4, Manuel Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the 5'11", 195-pound senior, bringing down Halverson. So it's third down and 11 yards to go for the sophomore quarterback, Nicholas Olson, now leading the charge here for the Rebels.
St. John's has put a couple new defensive linemen in the game, too. Still tough for 3rd and 11.
On third down, Olson rolling out to his left, throwing across his body. And the referee signaling that pass is incomplete. So Howell's punt team will come back out onto the field for a 4th and 11 situation. SJV will get the ball back with 7.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Important to note, when the margin is 35 or greater, the clock does run. So it's 7.5 minutes remaining and dropping.
You can see Howell's mindset, though. They're still throwing the football here. Got a sophomore come in. You're down 36 nothing. We're going to throw it.
Adam Urs shaking a tackler, putting the brakes on, allowing defenders to fly by him before he walks out of bounds. The Lancers will take over on their own 48-yard line.
Got some substitutions here. Looks like some of the JV guys will be getting in on offense for St. John's. But Barca seems to be done. Yeah, they're putting their second line in over there. Some good-looking kids there. Oh, they're leaving LeBarc in. So they're going to leave their quarterback in. They swapped out some offensive linemen.
Yeah, LaBarca on senior night here, John. It looks like they're going to let him finish this one out. It's been a feel-good game from start to finish for SJV, and it looks like they're going to let their leader close this one out for the time being. LaBarca on cue, fumbles the snap. That was a good job there by SJV's Lucas Farah, falling on it. Farah, the 5'5", 150-pound running back. So the complete opposite of every other back we've seen for SJV so far.
He doesn't want to fall on. He's about to get the handoff over there. Here he comes.
There's the give to Farah. Bouncing it out towards the sideline, trying to stretch it. And he's forced out of bounds by number 23, Lucas Grandetti. So that'll set up 3rd and about 7 for the Lancers. LaBarca getting the call from the sideline as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. LaBarca in the gun. The give is to Farah. Farah finds a hole and rushes it forward for a good pickup on 3rd down. That'll set up 4th and short. We'll see where SJV goes here with this short 4th down play.
Tell you what, he saw that hole, squared up those shoulders, got north and south. Nice pickup there.
And Farah hunched over a little bit. He might have taken a hit, but he's still staying in the game. So 4th and 2, the offense still back out there.
I don't think this is any disrespect by any means. This is if we get a 1st down, running clock, we'll take it from there.
Gives it to Farah. Farah bouncing it left. He's wrapped up and brought to the turf right around the 1st down marker. We'll wait for official word from a referee. Alexander Bondaroo, the senior linebacker for Howell, was in on the tackle.
Seems like they're giving him a 1st down here.
And they will move the chains. It's a 1st down, St. John Vianney. Now 4 minutes remaining in the contest.
Here comes some backup linemen right now.
They give it right back to Farah, up the gut. Farah is brought down by Christopher Cerulli. That's a good gain there on 1st down by the sophomore running back.
And Dylan, we talked about the respect between these two coaching staffs. They've worked with each other before. Coach Penta's dad was the coach here from 96 to 07, for 10, 11 years. He's got the job now in his 1st year. We said Coach Hill coached against Coach LaBarca's granddad and dad, so a lot of history here. Coach Hill was an assistant coach at St. John's Vianney 4 years ago, so a lot of respect here. Hard-fought game, special teams really dominated by St. John's Vianney and really made this score probably make it look a little more non-competitive than it was. We talked about the score being 6-0, then you get a pick 6, safety, all of a sudden it's 22, in 5 minutes it's 22-0 instead of where it was at 6-0. So great effort by the Howell defense. Coach was very high on them coming into this game. They didn't disappoint. I'm sure they would like to get some turnovers, but let's give St. John's Vianney some credit too. Don't turn the ball over. They had the 1 interception in the end zone, but when they needed plays, their guys made plays. Their special teams were exceptional today. More than exceptional, when you score touchdowns in defense. So 3 phases of the game, they scored in all of them. Like I said, 1st-year coach here, special teams, defense, offense. He's got all these things. He's got his system in right now. They're only going to continue to get better as they get into the playoffs, and they're in a tough bracket and all those big parochials up north. But this guy's not going anywhere. It's his 1st year. A lot of family ties here. He's going to build this thing the right way from the ground up, and he's a good person, a good coach. They're going to do it the right way. St. John's going to be very happy with Coach Penta here for many years to come.
So SJV after tonight, as Lucas Farah gets the give on 1st down, trying to get to the left sideline, stiff arms a man, and runs out of bounds. Lucas Farah rushes ahead on 1st. Just looking ahead for SJV, they've got Jackson Township at Jackson Township, and then they'll host Wall for the final regular season game of the year. So just 2 more games for SJV. And this is a huge get-back spot for them tonight. losers of 3 in a row. St. John Vianney lost a close one to Point Pleasant Borough by a score of 14-12. And then another close one against Manalapan, 38-35. And then they played their rival, Red Bank Catholic, and lost 24-14. But against a juggernaut in RBC, you feel good about that. I mean, if you want to go even further back, right? The first game of the season, they lost to Seton Hall Prep, but the final score was 14-12. They win 2 in a row against Raritan and a tough Freehold Township team. Shout out. And now, with an opportunity to get themselves right, I mean, John, there's a million different ways you can look at it. 3 of their losses come at a combined 7 points.
And let's give Coach credit. He didn't say that to us. You want to know who told me their 5 plays? Big hit there by 23. You know who told me they're 4 plays away from being 5-1? Coach Hill.
Yeah.
He watched the film.
Yeah.
Coach Penta didn't say, oh, if we did this in this game and we did this. No, we didn't win that game. We didn't make the plays. Coach Hill told me this team's 4 or 5 plays away from being 5-1.
Right. Right. And we're under a minute remaining here in the contest. St. John Vianney on senior night takes care of business against the Howell Rebels. As LaBarca will let time wind down, they give it to Farah again, who runs it up the gut. On the tackle is number 23, Lucas Grandetti.
And the other thing I'm going to say here, this game never got chippy today. These kids respect each other. This was a great high school football setting. Friday night, temperature in the 50s.
Finally.
Senior night, we saw the volleyball players, the cheerleaders, the band members, the football players, parents. We had Nonas getting called out. It was really a great high school football night. Both of these coaches and teams should be commended for their effort and the way their sportsmanship was here tonight.
And it's a party on the St. John Vianney sideline here on senior night. The Lancers handle the Howell Rebels 36-0. SJV stops the losing streak and pick up a much-needed win here on their home turf. The Lancers, John, we can't say it enough. They did it defensively all night, but it was offense, defense, and special teams. A complete team victory for St. John Vianney.
When you win all 3 of those offense, defense, special teams, you're going to have 36-0 games, and they did it all. I do want to give credit, and I've said it all night. I can't say it anymore. I can't say how Coach is going to talk about it. That defense for Howell gave everything they had tonight. Good defensive unit. They're young. They got some sophomores mixed in there. That team and that program's not going anywhere. They're going to be a tough out for everybody.
And so that'll do it for us here on the Garden State Athletic Network. For John Rickard, I'm Dylan Burns. Your final score at St. John Vianney High School, SJV 36, the Howell Rebels 0.